All right, so here's our 2020 GMC Yukon Denali XL. Truck's fully loaded top to bottom. 6.2 liter V8 engine, just like they all have. 10-speed automatic transmission. This truck's only got, I believe, 12 or 13,000 miles on it. You can hear and see the engine running. Engine runs great. There was absolutely nothing touched underneath the hood of this truck whatsoever. The damage was actually only to these two doors here right in the side. We'll get to that in a moment here. There was absolutely no frame damage, no suspension damage, no tire damage, nothing. You can see there's still plenty of tread life left on the tires. I would say there's probably, I would guess, 70-80% tread life left on the tires. All the front end sheet metal still original to the truck. I don't see any curb rash here on this wheel. No dings or dents coming down this side at all. Does have second row bench. We do have 2 rows of rear DVD. The only flaw inside this truck, which again we'll get to it a little bit more, is the curtain airbags did deploy, and you can see the headliner up there is tore just a little bit. Tell you about that in just a sec again. No curb. Well, maybe there's just a little bit of a scuff there. Here, looking up underneath the vehicle. So the damage here was to this side. I'll show you actually here a little bit more. The interior kind of coming up and around. So these 2 doors were replaced new. The curtain airbag did deploy. So obviously we have the tear in the headliner. The tear in the headliner itself, there's 2 halves to this headliner. So you have your front half here, and then if you look right there, the XLs are actually a 2-piece headliner. So you have your front half this way, your rear half that way. So you'd only need the front half of the headliner to repair the tear. However, with COVID right now, GM says there's no headliners available. All their factories have been shut down, so it's hard to get parts. It's the reason why we haven't replaced it. I'll tell you about this a little bit more when we get on our test drive here. I'm just going to go ahead, shut the vehicle off, open up the door, everything shuts down. This way we can get a fresh restart. Now, I'll tell you right now, my camera picks up digital displays goofy, so here in this radio, my camera picks them up so it flickers, or records it so it flickers. I promise you it's not actually doing that in real life. It's just the digital camera picking up a digital display. So I'll go ahead and start it. Hold my hand up here so you can see I'm not trying to clear anything on you. Another one's holding, of course, our camera. And no check engine lights whatsoever, but you can see if I hold the camera close and up to it, you can see it does not flicker at all. Radio, same way. These things, same way, which it's not actually doing that in real life, if you can see that on my display. Actually, and I was incorrect on the miles. It's 15,728 miles. 4-wheel drive, heads-up display, power running boards, power windows, locks, mirrors, memory seats, heated steering wheel. Of course, all of our radio controls, heated and cooled seats. All the gadgets and gizmos there. Of course, our wireless charging pad here. Okay. Take it out for a little drive. So touching base back on the headliner. GM does not stock this front headliner in stock right now because of COVID. So there's several different options. So we're going to offer this truck as a $1,000 discount in lieu of the headliner. So basically you can take the truck as is and you get $1,000 off on the truck. You're good to go. At some point, these headliners will become available. You can get them. You can buy them brand new from GM and throw them in. Or if you're fortunate enough to have a junkyard in your area that deals with these new vehicles, you can, of course, buy a used one in a junkyard. They are fairly common, a little harder to find in this kind of tan color here, shale, I believe they call it. Obviously, the gray ones are a lot more common, but you can still find these. So that's another option. If you find a used headliner, they're usually around $100, $200 or so. But of course, you got to find one. The third option is you can go to an upholstery shop. They do make patches, headliner patches. It's kind of like an iron-on patch. When you tear your jeans, you do an iron-on patch like that. Well, they have patches for headliners where they can make them up really nice. Where it looks like factory and it's kind of a patch over it. Sometimes you can buy the patches, or sometimes, an upholstery shop will actually buy like a visor, and they'll use this exact material in the visor so that way it perfectly matches your headliner, and they'll make a patch out of a visor. So you can talk to an upholstery shop if you would like for that. Generally, they don't charge more than a couple $100 for that as well. So we are offering the truck again because we're not able to repair the headliner with a brand new one. We don't specialize in doing cover-up repairs, if you will, or anything like that. That's the reason why we haven't taken it to a repair shop or have an upholstery patch put on it or anything. And honestly, we still have a headliner on order for this. So if it does come in, of course, we'll adjust our price accordingly and have the headliner fixed. But, everybody's different. One guy will drive this truck for 20 years and not worry about a little tear in the headliner. The next guy wants this truck brand new mint from the day he gets it. So everybody's different. We just adjust the price accordingly to however you want to do it. Otherwise, as you can see here, we're at highway speeds. Let go of the steering wheel just right now. You see I'm not touching it whatsoever with my legs or anything. There. Not touching it at all. Other one's holding my camera. We're still going straight down the road. There is absolutely no pulls to this truck in any direction whatsoever. Runs and drives beautifully straight. Factory new. Truck needs absolutely nothing whatsoever outside of the little tear in the headliner. Beautiful truck, very clean. To tell you, the white on this truck is not just Summit white, the bright normal white. This is actually a pearl white, they call it. So there is metallic and pearl in the color white of the exterior of this vehicle. I could be wrong, but I think the GM color on it is frost white. Either way, regardless, I know it's not the bright Summit white. Again, everything works whatsoever. Absolutely no check engine lights. I'll get on the gas here. Does have adaptive cruise control as well, as you just saw there in the video. Again, going back the other way here, nice straight stretch of road. Let go of the steering wheel. Not touching it at all. Still not touching it. Still not touching it. Again, no frame damage, no suspension damage, no flood damage, nothing like that. Just left side door damage here, and that is it. No funny smells. Obviously there's no way for me to tell if this truck was ever smoked in at all. However, I can tell you I don't smell anything in here whatsoever. I don't believe it was ever smoked in. There is no goofy wind noises or anything like that from the door. Everything fits the way that it should. Of course, our windows go up and down. Our locks work just the way they should. And that'll be it. So as always, if you have any questions, feel free to shoot us an email.